teachonmusic.com. Purchase your track today. teachonmusic.com.
Yeah. Get up, stand up. We are one.
Beginners, amateurs, professionals, the elite. All levels to this
My purpose in life, finally coming into the light. Music might take me out the streets at night. Yeah, yeah. I am who I'm meant to be. Hold it down for my teens who got big dreams. In the end, it's either you or me. Dengue sin, dengue man, call me dengue T. We the mob dance fam, call us D3. We are one, stand together in unity.
I flatline a track like bombs from Iron Mike. This is real life, Mortal Kombat. Go test your mic. Jackie Chan and Rocky movies taught me how to fight. Defend the incoming shot straight down that pipe. To all the young ones, put down a knife and train to fight. We the one in here, click clack, boom, gunshots at night. Our skill sets matched and test. What levels next? Our meals prep, protein fed, no taking steads. Fight for the future, every day we keep on training hard. Lower your power level, show respect when you spar. Take the kids off the street and not behind the bars. Combat territory, it's not enemy's yard. Win or lose in the ring or a cage, it's achievement. When you wake up, you gotta keep on fighting. You can do anything if you put your mind to it, stay focused. Keep on surviving.
Purpose in life, finally coming into the light. Music might take me out the streets at night. Yeah, yeah. I am who I'm meant to be. Hold it down for my teens who got big dreams. In the end, it's either you or me. Dengue sin, dengue man, call me dengue T. We the mob dance fam, call us D3. We are one, stand together in unity. I'm never moving left, cause there's nothing ever right. But I'm always moving right until there's nothing ever left. I don't bang bang, but you know what I rep. Blood, sweat and tears for this game, I done bled. Keep fighting that good fight. Keep your eye on the prize, come in with that left, hit him with that right. Looking like an OG in my OG. Live life, live free, and believe me, anything in this world's a possibility. Holy Trinity, that's right. People wrote me off, so I finished the book. Jabs wasn't working, so I had to hit him with hooks. Think he shook, misunderstood. Tyson in the ring, I could kill him with looks. Hard work and dedication was all it took. Ring the alarm, somebody call a ref. I didn't even know that this could ever be. Everybody doubted me wholeheartedly. Remember there's no iron team. Looking so clean in my OG. My purpose in life, finally coming into the light. Music might take me out the streets at night. Yeah, yeah. I am who I'm meant to be. Hold it down for my teens who got big dreams. In the end, it's either you or me. Dengue sin, dengue man, call me dengue T. We the mob dance fam, call us D3. We are one, stand together in unity.
Putting in the work every day, no pain, no gain, that equals progress. Step to the gym with a grin on our way to win, that equals no stress. In the king of the ring, only one champion will win, that gives them show press. Start at the bottom, but made it to the top of the spot and give them notice. Fight night, fight life, spotlights on me, real strikes in real life. And we train to bleed the nightlife, we sacrifice. Alcohol free, strategize, then maximize the price you pay for me.
My purpose in life, finally coming into the light. Music might take me out the streets at night. I am who I'm meant to be. Hold it down for my teens who got big dreams. My purpose in life, finally coming into the light. Music might take me out the streets at night. Yeah, yeah. I am who I'm meant to be. Hold it down for my teens who got big dreams. In the end, it's either you or me. Dengue sin, dengue man, call me dengue T. We the mob dance fam, call us D3. We are one, stand together in unity.
Winners in the game, winners in the game, winners in the game. I'ma keep on improving. Winners in the game, winners in the game, winners in the game, and we never gonna losing. Only the great greatest will survive. Stay humble. Fight for the future. Youngers and olders, stay together. Fight for the future.
BKK1.
Ain't no stopping us now. Car wash. Get with the feeling now. Car wash, yeah.
BKK1.
And it's BKK1. Welcome from Bali in Thailand. How you doing, guys? It's nice to have you on board, and all those who are joining us on YouTube and all the platforms today. Thank you very much for logging on and saying goodbye, good day, and how are you? In the studio today, we are blessed by Mr. Danny Wee, of course, my sidekick on this show.
Shabadengi.
Shabadengi, my man, you are
Shout-
looking sharp.
As always, thank you, Mr. Dengelstein.
I did say that sharp. And who's the man at the side of you?
Well, today I've got a special guest. I would be rude not to introduce a man who he is. This guy's from my home city. He's one of the veterans, top guy, original Natty Dread. This one's called Locks, one of the light skin heroes.
Locks, welcome to the studio.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Nice to have you. He's got a radio voice to die for, that
Well,
guy.
I'm pretty sure he's been on the radio before. I'm pretty sure he's been on the radio before, right? Because it looks like professional already, mate.
Well, I have done it, but many years ago.
Don't
you
matter,
go.
but you never lose the voice.
Oh, thank
I would die for a voice like that. I mean, hello, baby. You know what I mean?
Here we go, here we go. It's all started.
Right, okay. We're going to be talking to you guys online, of course. Lots and lots of different things today. Lots of different subjects coming your way. Locks is in the studio. Danny's got his things lined up as well. But let's just kick off something before we go anywhere, Danny, before we start doing
No Diddy
our little
today.
toast. Huh?
No Diddy today.
Oh, okay, hang on a minute. Just a scrap Diddy. Right.
As we do. Get it one out of the way.
Hang on, okay. Cancel the oil. Right, anyway.
Today, I must say, I'm going to have a lot of smiles on because I'm surrounded by good people. We've got some good things to talk about. So,
Good.
yeah, just getting to know the side of, Danny Wee as we do. And, yeah, man.
Good.
It'll be a
Okay,
show
I
for
want to say
people.
first, before you go any further, we work in the studio together, yeah? We do music and we play around with music, and you do your lyrics, you spit your lyrics. I mix it around a bit and come out with something at the end of it. Something at the end of it. Now, the thing that I've never seen is I've never seen Danny in a venue with a microphone in his hand actually doing it live. So
Okay.
we went down to Wolfgang's place, Comedy Hall, Danny, yeah? Tell me about it.
Well, obviously, what day was it first?
It was a day last week.
It was my birthday.
It was. I'm getting to your
we
birthday.
go.
That was my punchline. You just took
Oh,
it.
sorry about
Ruined
that.
it.
Well, like I said to yourself, you said you'd never see me with a mic in my hand. So
Yeah.
on that day there, what day would it be better to see me with a mic in my hand than my birthday?
On your birthday. I mean,
There
it
we
was
go.
great.
Well, yeah. So, like I said, that day was it was a bit of a random day, really, because this day I thought I'd do something different. I thought I'd just put a post out there and say any ideas. And yeah, quite a few people got back to me, which was very grateful.
Mm-hmm.
So my good friend Locks here decided to say, what do we decide to do? And shout out Rach, shout out to all the people that show me love and support. But what I did decide to do was make everyone happy, which my uncle did say, on your birthday, you never get to please yourself, you're always pleasing other people. So I was right about that. But what we did tend to do, we had a line up. So we had a line of Peckham. Okay, big up Mr. Peckham as well, his birthday tomorrow. We've got a party as well tomorrow at Line up for Peckham. But we started off there, then went to Wolfgang, went to John Tien's, P&S Bar, so shout out the guys over there. And then we also went to Polar Bar, and happy birthday to Polar today as well. It was her birthday party tonight, so I'll be attending there as well. And then we ended up at Soy 6, Wicked Bar, and then I ended up at Red Dogs Bar, Scarlet Bar. So if I'm honest with you, it was a fun day out.
Full day.
Full day, fun day. And
And your man, you followed?
It was a long day.
Did you follow?
Yeah, of course.
But you didn't drink, no?
it was...
No, just soda water.
He's the medicine man. If I'm honest with you, I did say that day, because I would like to spend it with anyone better than Locks on that day, because
Nice.
it was a day where I didn't really want to do anything. You know,
Right.
normally when you're doing something for your birthday, it's always something dead big and stuff like that. This year, I decided to do something different by saying, any ideas, and see who came back.
I've got to say, I've got to lay Locks. I mean, you probably agree with this. I didn't know the lady because I'd never met her before, but the lady that did the balloon for you in Comedy Hall, I mean, that was just
Oh, yeah.
that was hardcore, wasn't it?
You know what?
That was
That was
class.
hardcore. That was.
Shout
really
out,
nice
shout out
gesture.
to Rach. Rach has been like a diehard supporter from about
Right.
2 months ago, and you know what? She's a godsend. She's got a good heart, and she did a lot for my birthday.
And she lasted quite long as well, because I think
She-
until she, you know,
Rephrase that, Willie Locks.
disappeared.
She had a good time, didn't she?
She
But
had
I mean, you know, she did the cake for you, and everybody was there supporting you. And I've got to say, I mean, you know my background, you know what I've done in my life. I must admit that the sound that you put out was great. It was great. I mean, it was class. You know, to say that the microphone was clear, and like I said to you, you know that I respect what you do, and I've said to you before, sometimes you go a little bit fast for me, and I don't understand what you're doing. I like it, but I don't understand it. That night, you was professional, and I understood every word.
Well,
And that's what makes a difference to a
it's,
professional, yeah?
Well, it's like I said
Absolutely.
to yourself before, Mr. Dengelstein, it's the first time you heard me with a mic man, really, rather than studio on the radio. So
Sure.
it's like when that mic's in my hand, obviously the skill set comes out. So I'm not going to make myself sound distorted. I'm going to hold the mic at different angles, make
Sure.
it go crisp as
We
well.
spoke about that, didn't we?
Yeah.
You know, the
And,
taking away the microphone and backwards and forwards.
And
wow,
it
true.
was like I will say, shout out to everybody who support me on my birthday. I got hundreds of birthday messages. It was a great greeting. But also give a shout out to Wolfgang over down at
Big supporter.
Comedy
Nice.
Hall. You know, he's been a fan of Dengue Nation for a long time, and yeah, it was great to perform in front of there and start the day off. But on that note as well, just so you know, this Saturday there's going to be an exclusive live event over at Comedy Hall in Carotolo. This is going to be promoted from today. If you came down to High Rollers, everyone knew what ambitions I had at High Rollers
Right.
and what I had planned for that. I mean, I put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into the visuals and etc. You know yourself. It went great. It went good. Everyone liked it, apart from some, idiotic DJs and some malfunctions. But guess what? A winner's a winner. We adapt adversity and we
Sure,
move forward.
sure.
So what I'm going to say now is Wolfgang's doing a special event this weekend.
Time? What time does that start? Do you know?
9 p.m. Okay.
9 p.m.,
But
okay.
mark my words. Okay. I say this one with passion, and I always tell people the truth. This is going to be bigger and better than High Rollers.
Okay.
It's going to have visuals. It's a different layout, and this is what makes it more special. You see, over here, you have any exposure better than no exposure. So you got bars, go-go's, halls, and bars. So it's a different way to say your lyrics in certain places. As you said there on the weekend, you could hear my voice more clearly.
Sure.
It's set out more of a hall. So the vibe's going to be completely different. It's going to be a lot more intense and a lot more deeper. And I'm pretty sure you're going to have a better vibe there than you ever will have. So like I said before, this is going to be a statement. I will pick up again later on down the week, but it's going to be something special for everyone. So it's not just going to be a Dengue Nation hype-up session, because the crowd of people will be a bit more, how can I say, not softer, because it's going to be a mix of my crowd as well, but it's going to be a bit for everybody.
Locks. I mean, you know, you travel around, you see Danny performing and things like that. I mean, I'm sure you've got a great music background, and you know your stuff at the end of the day, your licks and that. I mean,
Ja, that's that.
you know, yeah, exactly. But I mean, you know, it's got a good vibe there, you know.
Oh no, absolutely. He's got the flows, he's got the beats, and when it all comes together, like on his birthday and everything,
I
like
think,
you say,
yeah.
I mean, it was amazing just to hear the vocals.
It was.
so
I mean,
clear.
I truly, he knows me from the day I met him. It wasn't my kind of music 100%. Of course, I like music. I like all music, but I wasn't into it that much.
It was me.
Yeah, it was Danny that I was into, and it was him.
The story.
Yeah, and also the thing that I appreciate with Danny is he's always open to trying things. You know, it's not like I only do this.
Yeah.
You know, but you can't do that in life. You know, you've got to be diversified.
Well, you do,
That's
but
right.
you learn as well. I mean, when I was younger, I would only listen to reggae music.
Right.
You know, and I had that sort of mindset.
Sure.
If it wasn't reggae music, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
But then my friends would go to raves
Sort
and
of house or
R&B
whatever,
and
yeah,
hip-hop
yeah,
places,
there we go.
and I wouldn't go. So I
Right.
would miss out
Right.
on having a good time with my friends, because I
Right.
would be like, no, it's only reggae music that I liked. And then as time went on, I learned that you've got to be, you've got to diversify. You know, and
Sweet.
look at different genders, look at different styles of music.
I think so. I think
you know, and
I think you've
enjoy
got to be.
them.
I think you've got to be diversified. I mean, you know, I've been to, you know, in Camden, I've been into a reggae place, and you know, I walked in there, the only white guy in there, and you know, they all look at me and say, "What's he doing here?" And I'm going, "Well, I like this music, and I'm with my mate, and that's it." You know, bang on.
Well, that's-
I loved it. I loved it. I really, really loved it. I really did.
Well, that's what I meant by everyone's got to be diverse, because obviously, you know, got like all different sounds of music as well. Because
sure.
that's why I call myself, well, UK with me, DDW.
Yeah.
Danny Diverse We.
Absolutely,
Okay? And,
absolutely.
I mean,
DDW.
Locks just said as well just then, I mean, he seen me in different elements as well when I'm out doing my little thing. But what he did also see is he's seen the elevation level up from when you seen me at Wolfgang's. This was about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So vocal cords are still a bit like, bit distorted in a way. Even though it was clear, but it wasn't my level. And then later on in the night, when we went to Red Dog's, Scarlet's Bar, shout out to Red Dog.
Yeah,
Big up
big
yourself,
Was
Red
he the
Dog.
guy?
Big
Was he the
yourself.
guy I seen on the clip
He
who
was
was
the one-
spitting some
yeah.
lyrics with you?
Red
Yeah,
Dog.
I
He was
sent you the
good.
video.
That was good.
Red Dog
Yeah.
is a G.
That
yeah.
was good.
You
I
know
loved
what?
it.
People have mixed opinions of people in the town, but guess what? It is what
don't
it is.
worry about it.
But I will say one thing: that guy is certified. Red Dog has been a big fan from day one. He's also been a people's person as well. But guess what? He's also down with spitting lyrics, and
Yeah, he did. He did. Good locks, yeah.
Big vibes.
I mean,
Yeah, it was good.
the reason I'm pausing on it because I've got to say I've got to give that guy a big fist and a big shout out. So shout out Scarlet Bars and all the girls there because they're all fans as well.
You know the thing that really bugs me in my life? Never judge a book by its cover.
Damn right. Damn
Never,
right.
never.
I mean, look at you.
Are you gonna play some music now?
No.
You're gonna play some music.
No, you're not getting away
Play
that
some
long.
music.
I'm only joking. Come on.
Terrible.
Light skin heroes, come on.
No,
yeah.
but it's true, isn't it?
Yeah,
you know,
no,
it's like
absolutely.
you've just said. I mean, you look at everybody looks at somebody and goes, "Oh, they are so and so," but they've never met them in their life. And I think to myself, how can you say that when you never even met the guy, you don't even know the guy, and you're just judging him?
Well, that's why
That really pisses me off.
That's why
you know what I mean?
Put a post up the other day about our Uncle Crew, who's
yeah, you said that,
a
didn't you?
nighttime Muay Thai champion, is a specimen of a man. But if you look at him, you probably won't want to speak with him or walk on the side of the road. But guess what? When you do meet him, it's a
Different story.
different
Pussycat.
story.
Yeah.
But also back on that conversation, I mean, Blueberry, he knows what I'm trying to say. That night there,
Okay.
we set levels over at Red Dogs, didn't we?
Absolutely.
Like,
I seen the video. I thought it was great.
like, do you see?
The camera work was excellent, though, right?
yeah, it was debatable.
It was excellent for a phone.
It was excellent for a phone run. Yeah.
and in the dark lights and stuff.
It was good.
But I will say thank you to all the people that got me gifts and balloons and showered me with gifts.
Good.
I mean, I had a great birthday. And also, I've got to say this as well. Happy birthday to my granddad, as he's no longer with us. And he's a special man in
And
my
his
life.
name was
Jack Bell,
Jack Bell.
three-time bodybuilding champion of Hucknall.
Happy
And,
Birthday.
yeah,
Hucknall.
yeah.
Hucknall Brickyard. Used to go there.
Yeah, props to him because I shared that day with my granddad. Also, a few other people who shared a birthday on the same day as well.
Rough neighbourhood, Hucknall.
And also a shout out to my pops. As everyone knows, he's dealing with Huntington's disease. It was his birthday as well, so happy birthday, Dad. And keep strong.
Good.
And I'll see you soon.
Play a track for us. Let's have a break. Let's get a breath. Hucknall. What did you say? It was what? Rough area there.
Well, believe it or not, is
My milk cart got left on bricks. You know that, don't you?
well, on that case there, I mean,
They
obviously.
didn't have too many black people in Hucknall when
Didn't
I was
they?
growing up.
Were
No.
they?
Well, let's not talk about the childhood days because everyone knows that I was a bit of a ruffian them days, and also my friend.
There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that.
Well, I had my mate Paul Wood. Paul Wood was a real buddy of mine. He's actually a few years older than me, but he was one of the toughest guys in the area. You know,
Cool.
I called him the Jawbreaker, and still to this day is just built like a brick house. Yeah, and is a diehard fan of mine. He's a good friend. So obviously, in regards of Paul, obviously this one goes for him. It's my buddy.
That's it. What we got? What are you going to play for us? One of yours or somebody else's?
Well, obviously going to play this track for my buddy Paul because it was an exclusive one as well.
Okay, lovely. Don't forget, of course, BKK1radio.com. It's as simple as that. If you want to get hold of us, go on to Speak By, go on to the message and send them at the moment. Got a few messages to go through, Danny. So while Danny's finding that music, don't forget, simply go onto the YouTube channel, Discord, wherever you are, okay, send us a message. It'll come through to my inbox and I will tell everybody what you're saying.
Shabba
Okay,
Dengue.
love
Shout
it.
out to my boys, out to all my G's from Nottingham all around the world, and Dengue Nation spreading. So yeah, stay tuned. This
Good,
one's
good.
called My Buddy.
My buddy, like that. Good track.
My booty. See, when I was growing up, I had the toughest nigga on the block. Take my jaw clean off. Before I got to the hood, Bracker, my booty. Yeah, my old school days, but I gotta big up my bread in Paul Woody. Yeah, my old school days, cause that's before I was moved to the hoodie. Yeah, my old school days, but I gotta big up my bread in Paul Woody. Don't disrespect my bread in Paul Woody. No, bang. You will end up with the right and bang. Bang. Don't test Paul Wood, that is my man. Bang. Then Paul will get a right and bang. Bang. Chat shit, get bang. My booty, yeah, my old school days, I up in the bedroom, yeah, in my hoodie. Then people want a serious way, but I gotta pick up my bedroom, Paul Woody. Old school days was taking them drugs when up in the bedroom, yeah, doing them druggy. Man, gonna piss test, I work for the money. No, now it's a serious G, but I gotta do the things, yeah, just for the money. Man, I really wanna come around, but I gotta pick up my bedroom, Paul Woody. Man, so we got so many drop bags that we fucking, yeah, serious honeys. When I spit balls all over the scene, I say I'm a mic man bully. Bang. Bang, bang. I'm a lyrical mic man boy. Bang, chat shit get bang. Chat shit get bang, bang. Chat shit get bang. My days, then people wanna come in my ways. Then people wanna copyright me, but then people don't give fuck hearsay. In my vision, come around, I'm locked in the system. Take your jaws clean off. I'm in the game, yeah, but I got a scene off. The man wanna come around here with the people. Don't come around if you got your theme on. Them people have got the dreams done. Them people have got the steam on. I'm a steam engine, yeah, running through the tank. I'm an engine, run round, I don't ram. Taking drugs, better talk to Frank. Come around here and you just a wank. Then people wanna put the stamp. I got the people, yeah, turn off like lamp. Smoking dank. Then people wanna come like crank. Elbow, yeah, with your stupid clank. Elbow, yeah, you little plank. Dangus. My booty, yeah, my old school days, but I gotta pick up my bedroom, Paul Woodley. Yeah, my old school days, I up in the bedroom, yeah, taking that money. Then people doing the thing when I was going to work, yeah, a bit up in the bedroom, just like a trigger. I was doing the piss test, yeah, just for the man's money. Serious guy, no, I ain't telling no serious lies. Text my bedroom, a man like Paul Wood, trust me, yeah, and then man might die. Come round there, I'm a serious why. Come round there, talking serious lies. Me and my bedroom, yeah, go to the gym every day. Come around here, how high? Don't disrespect my bedroom, go boy, cause I gotta pick up my bedroom, Paul Woody. Then people got a serious flow, but I gotta pick up my bedroom, Paul Woody. Then people don't know I was doing them things when I was at work, yeah, taking the druggie. Doing piss tests, I work out for the roadside, yeah, I put something, yeah, deep in the tummy. No, and I got love for my mummy, I told my mum, do shit, not gonna worry. Me and Paul Wood gonna been on the road since I was young, that's why we're out here funny. Then people wanna stand up on the road, then people don't know I got the dough. Then people don't know about my bread and Woody. Then people don't know, hence season. I'm in the game, spit the mic, I got the fresh reason. Wherever I go, I need to breathe. X my demons. Getting maximum reps, I'm smoking on the high grade weed, mine is not stress. I'm getting good, positive, yeah, murky through my vibes. I get the microphone, you know I did it cause I'm fly. I got my people really wanna come and just go try. My flow is understood, you never know why. Bang, 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 chat shit get bang.
My booty. My booty.
DJK1Radio.com.
Love that one. Sorry, I was just looking at all the messages over here. Messages over here. Got to say hello to Daryl. How you doing? All right, Alexei, Michael, Richard, and Kungs and Matika over there in Norway. Big one up to you. Paul Grace down the way. Wolfgang's on as well. Got to say hello to Wolfgang. Frank, Darren, and Rob. How you doing? Roy, Al, and Charlie. How you doing as well? Boom. How you doing? Owen, Michelle, Maura, and also we've got two more. Bim Bim and Leela. Thank you very much for all sending me messages and saying you look like bros.
Yeah,
even me.
And thank you
very
to
much.
everybody who's following the show as well. So I'm glad we're doing something right. So respect to all of you and
Good. Thank
always
you.
humble.
Good. Now listen, I just want to talk to you a little bit, Locks, about your sort of background. You say have you done radio or have you been involved in music in any way before?
I grew up with music, but in Danny, I'm from Nottingham.
Right.
He said, and I grew up with a lot of sound systems.
Right.
So
okay.
as a teenager, I would be the one carrying the bass boxes into
Here we
the
go.
dance halls, into the blues parties.
Love it.
For it, I would get free admission. And I also had a lot of friends that worked on a pirate radio station when I was
Right.
younger. Heatwave.
Heatwave, yeah.
87.5.
Well, I did Radio Trent, so you should know Radio Trent.
Yeah, Radio Trent.
Well, Franklin Hughes, Kenny Haig, all those years ago. Palais downstairs on the revolving dance floor.
I remember the Palais. Yes.
Twisted Wheel and Pink Elephant and Big Coconut or whatever they were.
Yeah,
at
that
the
was
time.
over in what's it next to Showcase Cinema, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That one there, yeah.
Ritzy nightclub. I
Ritz
mean,
is,
that was
yeah.
good.
Ritz,
That was, but the Heatwave. I remember the name Heatwave.
It's
It was quite a big pirate radio station. Sort of back
Right.
then, you didn't really have a lot of radio stations that would play.
I think a
sort
lot of people had
underground or-
in those days. Of course, you had CB, didn't you, and pirate radio station.
Yeah.
So it was like, I mean, the pirate radio stations were great. I mean, I did pirate radio myself. So I used to go on to DJ with my friends. And it used to be just really cool how everybody was in their bedrooms just listening to you and going,
Yeah.
giving
But
you
it gave a
shout
lot
out.
of local artists chance to be out there and to get their music out there, whereas they didn't normally get played
mean-
if it was on a sort of commercial radio
I think
station.
because a lot
That's
of
right.
a lot of the guys that were like like where I'm from as well, the guys that were in it, sort of underground in
Yeah.
it, that's where I would say the real music was.
Well, that's where all music
Absolutely,
is. All
yeah.
You know
music
what I mean?
starts from there underground. I mean,
Yeah.
you got to look at it like
Yeah.
this. Before, I mean, after Heatwave, what do you have after Heatwave? You had DVDs. You know what I mean? So people
Right.
start seeing visuals of people. So
Right.
on Heatwave, it just be like, oh, that kind of music's on at that certain time. Whether it's garage, speed garage, or grime, or drum and bass,
Right.
or even hardcore Stone Love and stuff.
Right.
Nowadays. So it's like you only had the sound because it was that technology they had. It was only radio. Then now you got the visuals, now you got the DVDs. It's all souped up now. So pirate radio's long gone, but they was the best days. They was the.
I think they were. I think I mean, I used to do like small YMCA's and clubs and discos, but weddings. Then I moved on to bigger clubs and blah 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 blah. But I think the early days for me was a very good a place to start, find out what was what, and also get connections
Well, it was all
and
the-
meet people.
yeah, it was
You
all-
met a lot of people.
It was all a niche, wasn't it? Everything was a
it
niche.
was. It was just a thing that everybody was. It sort of doesn't matter where you were from, what culture you were from, or anything. It just sort of made you one.
I mean,
it was more a community.
Definitely.
Community.
Like,
Sorry,
you
is the
know,
word that I was looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah, community.
I mean, you see Locks as well, right? It's a special thing as well when I met Locks, because I've always heard about Locks, you see, from a long time ago. I always know his name, but he's a veteran. It's like, I always respect my elders, you see. So I've got a big family as well, and he knows all my family.
Sure.
So it's like, I've always heard his name, but so when I actually met him, I goes, you know what, big props to yourself, man. It's like, I've heard your name, but I never got to meet you. So it was automatically an icebreaker in a way, so to say, because like I've got respect for the guy, so it's familiar with who I am, and I'm familiar with who he is. But I've also built like a friendship with him as well, because he has a passion of what I'm doing. He sees the drive I'm doing, and it's great. It's great to have someone, an older generation, so to say.
I think
looking down.
it's nice to get friends and good support and people that are real.
Yeah.
Not bullshit or rats. We don't deal with them. You know that thing.
My man,
You
my
know.
man, my
You know.
man.
You know me. You know I'm like. I'm a straight talker.
And that's
I ain't
why-
got no time for it.
And that's why
No
I always
time.
say to people, like, respect your elders and also learn the information that they give you, because right now it's not being passed on to the generations below.
That's
and that's where it
true.
goes a bit wrong. So
That
it's
is
like,
really true.
I mean, you got to look at it like now. You see, old school days, you'd have a little banter, throw a few names at each other, maybe have a little fist fight. But now,
Whatever.
you throw a banter name or cussing name, so to say, it's all stab happy and that. There's
Yeah,
there's no changing. And also back to the Heatwave conversation. As it started from that pirate radio, that's led into all what we've got now. So I mean, look how your setup is with all your digital screens and lighting. We never had none of that
No.
before. I mean, no one done podcasts before
No,
and stuff
no,
like
no,
that.
no.
So I mean, it's all leading up to something. What's could be good, could be not. But I mean, you've got to keep it real for people like myself and Dengue Nation, because even yourself, when was the last time you seen a white label on shelf? Just anyone. You never get these dub plates no more.
Well, I used to get white labels all the time. So
All the time.
The last white label I had was probably 20 years ago.
Yeah, your white label, your
Yeah.
dub play right now is me.
Yeah,
I'm
I
your dub
suppose
play
it is,
because
yeah.
it's like you can't really. If you get a remix of a song now, I mean, it's probably been done by about 17 different DJs.
It is, but in my day when I was remixing and I was in the studio, I mean, like Prince mix, Kiss. I mean,
Yeah, I
that,
remember.
it took us 3 days, right, in the studio. Okay, but that was like chopping tapes. You're
Yeah.
messing about, you're slicing tapes and messing around with things, but after 3 days you'd send it off and it got approved, and then suddenly, 3 or 4 weeks later after that, you get the white label of it.
Dingus.
And it was like gold. That was so emotional that you actually got your white label and you'd made it with some other guys and you got it there, and it was Prince's mix, and it was just I did many of the different things, but getting that white label was better than anything else.
it was
because
like,
you knew nobody had it.
Yeah, like a limited edition only for you.
Get it.
It's the same as sort of on the journey for myself, on the journey to a record shop.
Shop, yeah.
And you know
Yeah.
there's a new 7-inch
Yeah.
in Shabba Ranks.
Shabba Ranks,
and
yeah, Shabba
and
Ranks.
exciting. My journey was exciting because I would go to a record shop in Birmingham from Nottingham.
Right.
So it was
Remember
the
the name?
whole journey.
I remember the one in
name,
London I went to was the
remember the
Shack.
name.
The Shack is the one I went to
It might-
in England, and also Hot Music.
Hot Music.
Those were the two I used.
Hard to find records.
Yeah.
And select a disc.
Select a disc.
But what was
Yeah,
what
yeah.
was the garage one? Was it Knots?
The garage one in Knots?
Yeah, Groove
Oh.
City. Groove City.
Okay.
I vaguely
Groove
remember
City, man.
that,
Groove
yeah.
City.
I
Come
used
on.
to listen. I'll tell you this, and I'll tell you live on air, and I'm not joking you. I mean, I DJ'd most days anyway, but when, of course, when you get to Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it's like it steps up a level. Yeah, but you know, the nearest thing to sex was getting the new sounds.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I knew I was going to get there. I knew that I was going to get all the hot sounds because the guy was saving them all for me in the record shop. He knew what I wanted. I said, anything that's dance, anything that's this, anything that's that, save it for me. I'll have it all.
100. 100.
And you know, I used to get there, I used to have a big pile. I used to say, how much? He says, 80 quid or whatever it was, 90 quid, 100 quid, whatever. About great, lovely. And I never even listened to them.
Yeah,
I just took them because I trusted him. But you know, when you're in the
Have you
nightclub,
still got vinyl? Have you?
I've got just under 10,000 vinyl.
I've still got my vinyl.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, I was actually a DJ when I was very young, like 13. Before I got into music with the lyrics. But I've got I know a lot of people in the music scene. Like my cousin, give him a shout out, DJ Corrosive.
Corrosive, yeah.
Also Peter Parker on Kemet FM.
Love
and also
that,
don't forget
Peter
Mac
Parker.
10. Mac 10.
Mac 10.
Mac 10's one of my old school boys. He's one of the veterans of the grime scene, and he's actually smashing it right now. If you don't know
Nice.
what Mac 10's up to, check out his IG. He's there with his DJ setup in the streets now, and he got a great following. He's killing the game.
I think one of the things that was sort of my pinnacle thing, I used to work on 4 Technic 1200s. So I used to mix on, you know, everybody.
SL 1210s, no?
No, the 1210s were the brown ones.
Oh,
The
right,
1200s are the silver ones. And I was DJing and mixing. And of course, a guy see me, blah, blah, blah. I thought you're great. Da, 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 da. And I remember,
Double
I
decks.
can remember in 1987, I got a gold 1200.
Smashed it.
A 1200 deck in gold.
Yeah, that was.
You-
You
living
worked that.
large.
You worked that one out. You worked that one out.
Yeah, man, that's
You were,
legendary
and you know what?
stuff.
You know what? When I got the 1200s, yeah, they were £1,000 each, about £900 each, yeah. And the first one I got into my house, I took apart completely down to the last screw.
Shabba-dangus.
I took it apart down to the last screw. Now you're going to tell me crazy, what you shit, what are you off your head? But the reason I did that is because if any time it broke in the nightclub, I knew what I was looking at.
Well, I'm glad you said that, Mr. Dengostein.
Yeah, and it was direct drive. It wasn't belt
Well, I
drive.
mean,
wasn't it?
I'll give you props if you can fix a turntable in the dark
I did.
in a disco.
Well, I didn't fix it in the dark, but you know, it was straight into. I had 4, so I could still work on 3.
Oh, okay.
But you know, when my lad was on, I used to get a lad who used to come on and warm up the crowd before I came on.
Sure.
So if anything was wrong with the deck, I'd take it in the back, take the top off, and just get it working again.
And on
pretty
that,
cool.
on that note there as well, if anybody's listening, I've got a pair of RDJ Pioneer CDJs that actually got taken apart.
Right.
Because he was going to clean them. Shout out to Luke. But obviously, we didn't get back to putting them back together. So they're still in bits and pieces. And so if anyone knows how to put them back or got anyone,
And what are they? Which ones?
there's limited edition RDS 200 Pioneer CDJs. They're pretty good.
Okay,
They're
and
good.
that's what got the Pioneer mix in with it, or is it the Newmark mix, or what?
It's
All in one?
All in one. But what it is, I need someone who can either put it back together or
Right.
lead me to the direction of someone who can put it back together. So that's a shout out if anyone can.
The only thing
do
that
for
I
me.
find, music is music at the end of the day.
This is all in bits, though.
Yeah, yeah.
It's all in bits.
Music is music at the end of the day. I think the sad part for me as a DJ was when the vinyl started to fade out.
Well,
No, me also.
this,
You know what I mean?
This is what we said the other week on
Yeah.
the other podcast, because it's like now everything's all done with Q jump and stuff like that. It's not DJing anymore. And
Mixing a 6-year-old kid can mix now.
But you know what I miss the most is
Mm.
just that sound when you put the needle on the record. and
I've had I've had the same conversation about this and an argument with a guy. He said you get the same sound from a USB than you do from a record, and I said no, you don't. I said because from a record you get the raw sound of the record, you get the little bits like you said, you get the crackling and all this. And I said if you had a Bang & Olufsen system, I used to have a Bang & Olufsen system back in the days in my house, 10,000 quid's worth of Bang & Olufsen, yeah. Now if you put a record on that deck, it sounded like you were in the studio with the band playing.
Yeah.
You could hear every fart, you could hear everything, you could hear the lot, which you don't get on a USB.
no, and plus you've got MPV, WAV. There's all different types of format of sounds
Yeah.
now, so you don't know which one's good or not.
WAV and blah,
On that
blah,
note,
blah.
shout out to Avi, L. Dot, shout out to Tantrum as well, old type Clinton.
Good.
Shout out to all my boys. You know,
Let's have a
Dengue.
track, Danny. Play us a track, will you?
You want a track?
We are doing well. Thank you very much for you guys out there. The messages down in the studio. Lovely. BKK1radio.com. It's as simple as that. Go on to that one or send us a message on SpeakPi. The audio will come through. We'll look at those later on. And also, we will rehash and re-put out this YouTube video later on all the platforms.
Dingus.
Love it.
BKK.
BKK1radio.com.
Oh, press the right buttons, Dave. There we go. Sorry, I was sorry, Dread. I'm just, sorry, guys. Just reading all the messages.
Yeah, I
You want
like
some
that.
Shout outs, yeah.
I like that. Also, give a big shout out to Raphael Fleming. He's obviously a boxer as well. Won his last fight. He'll be actually fighting soon as well. So shout out Mikey Wildman and the team that's fighting over in Hoi Yin at
Good.
the end of this month. There's still bigger and better things coming on that suspect. But also, Raphael, I send a lot of love and condolences to you, mate. All right, a lot of strength to yourself. You know what I mean.
Good. Like, I want to go back to something, okay, guys. I mean, we don't want to go to ages. I mean, was you're the youngest in here, aren't you?
I really hope so.
Yeah, I mean, you're
I'm the most good-looking one too.
yeah, but, I mean, you're youngest, but there's a bit of experience at the side of you here now. So what I want to say is, do you remember the pirate radio days?
Of course.
I don't know. I mean, am I going back? Well, you're 30, so you're going back to 2000.
You got to realise when I was younger,
1990.
I was probably one of the most off-key youngest guys ever meet. I had about 7 uncles playing Wu-Tang pirate radio station. So from
Right, okay.
6 years old, I mean, I was in the mix of it. I was.
All
So
right.
I mean, I was always around, like, my uncle Danny Dread. You know yourself. He had the big goal for the sound system, Stone
Right.
Love. I've always been around music.
Right.
I mean. I didn't realise, but there's a picture of me what I've got. Well, I'll post it one time when I'm with my granddad. I've got the microphone in my hand. I think I'm about 8 years old. So all my family's been in the music. We've always been around it. So yeah, I 100% remember Heatwave.
And what about you, Locks? I mean,
Radford days. Radford.
Yeah, music in your days from young. Yeah, like just a just a reggae beat for you in the beginning. Yeah.
It was. I grew up mostly on Bob Marley. It was at the
Right.
time my parents would
Right.
always play Bob Marley. And then obviously as I got older, it was more sort of.
Was it commercial
dance.
reggae you listened to, or
No, I mean
or
when
real
I
roots
I
reggae?
mean,
Well, there's
I
many.
grew up in the 70s.
Right.
So
So you're
it
same as
was
me,
more,
same as me, yeah.
it was sort of more lovers rock,
Lovers rock.
conscious sort
Yep.
of
Yeah.
music that we would listen
Right.
to.
Sweet.
It's
All
like-
of it would always be flowing through the house as I was growing up.
Because when you think of ragga, like you're saying, or bashment, there's so many different genres in that. Like,
Right.
like that one we played there just then, that was more like a dancehall kind of vibe, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But then you got
Yeah,
lovers rock, conscious rock, then you got, you know, your ballads, and you got like Barry Salmon. The list goes on. But that's all part of the evolution. You know, the evolution. You might have forgot to mention Ska. I mean, Ska.
Ska was
Ska
massive,
is the
wasn't it?
original,
The original. I
reggae
love
music.
Right,
Ska.
so Ska was like, it
Brilliant.
was more like a punkish kind
Yeah.
of style.
That's
Yeah,
where
yeah,
reggae
yeah.
music grew from.
Yeah,
Yeah.
grew from.
Ska.
People said that like reggae music came from ska, drum and bass came from reggae. You know,
What was it? Ghost Town. That was a good one, wasn't it?
And then you-
Remember Ghost Town?
Then you
That
had
was
dub,
brilliant.
then you had dubstep. So
Dubsteps, yeah.
more like the modern day ska. And if I'm honest with you, there's only a few dubstep songs that I can really get down to. If I was in the Brave or that, I'd probably walk out. But
Who was the other one? Dubs International. You remember that? Just be good.
Vaguely, yeah.
Just
Oh,
Dubs,
that's the one, yeah.
Dubs International. That was a really
is that,
good
is that
beat.
an old school?
It's an old school one.
Yeah, yeah.
Dennis.
See,
It's before your time.
yeah. Dengus. On that note as well, I will say I'm going to find the dub now as well. Yeah, to play back on that one.
I love it when, because of the age gap, you can talk about somebody. He goes, "What am I talking about? What's
Well,
talking about?"
I was hoping that was going to happen to you, lot, but it's like if it was light skin heroes, now it's young man heroes here now. No, but like I said, we all cut from the same cloth, and every generation's wiser to everyone else's. But it's like I said, the evolution of the music has all gone from different times now to where we are today, and that's why we had that conversation last week, the AI conversation with the songs and stuff. I mean, don't get me wrong, that conversation was saved for another podcast, but I will say it's not going to be an exciting world in music very soon. I'll tell you that.
I think, listen, let's put it this way. There's always going to be music. There's always going to be real music. There's always going to be real singers, and there's always going to be real everything. It'll always be there. But the problem is now at the side of it, running down the side of it, is you've got this AI interaction, okay? But
Well,
the people that know music.
That's right.
You know what I mean? This
That's
is gonna
right.
this AI thing. You know, my kid plays on Call of Duty. 10 hours a day for money, whatever he does. And he's got his headphones on.
See, he's playing for money now. See, it's an incentive.
Yeah.
know
So
what I mean?
yeah, well, he should do. I spent enough on him.
It's like you
Get
said,
some
it's like
back
you
with
said
it.
with the AI. It's like
Thrash him if you don't.
you see like people like Wolfgang or people who are completely oblivious to what my style would be. I mean, yesterday I went on after a guy who was playing the guitar and doing his own music,
Right.
and mine was a complete switch up. But what I do like about my style is it's no pen, no pad, no paper, and it's any style, and it's done on a level where, remember, I don't really listen to any of artists, so every time I hear someone, it creates a picture in my brain, and obviously I come out with real, authentic, no lies, straight vibes.
But you're diversified, Danny.
Man,
you can change. You're not staying.
not just
You
rapping.
don't stay in one lane.
No, it's not rapping.
You
It's
stay
not
in
just-
one lane. If you stay in one lane, you're only down to a niche market. It's as simple as that.
And-
You open up your lanes, you're open up to everybody.
And it's like, if you ask me what one of my finest highlights of what I've been building so far is the fact when I actually get people who don't have no idea who I am, don't know no words I'm going to say, and then they start singing the words because I repeat it so they can, what's the word, audio hypnosis.
Audio hypnosis.
I repeat it, and then when I see them all, and they all got the videos out, and these are people who
Clever,
these people, thank you, these are people I won't even speak to in the street hardly because they probably walk past the opposite side. But when I see them there and they're enjoying it, that's probably the best thing what I get. I mean, even at Red Dogs, the people there, they're all buzzing. I mean, that's my main buzz. But like I said, we've got to take it serious now. So it's like,
Raphael says thank you, by the way.
say no more, brother. Love is love. But I will say this is one of them ones where when you see this show on Saturday, people get down there. It's on the dark side, and it's going to be different. You have no idea what I've got planned for this. Yeah, you like high rollers. This one's going to be even better. This is the statement what I made last time.
All right, guys. Okay, play us another track, please. I want to answer some of these things. Locks, we're going to come back to you. We're going to talk about the old times a little bit. We'll leave that young whippersnapper to one side for a second,
with
all
his
right?
technology.
All his technology.
Technology. I'm trying to catch up with it myself. This is light years ahead of me as well.
Yeah, in the rest of the world, they've got AI. In Thailand, they've got.
Hey, I don't want to.
Chat GBT.
The perseverance of a rebel. Rebel to the grain, there's no way to barricade.
I'm like beef busting heat through your windows.
The rebel. The perseverance of a rebel. I'm a rebel with a big heart that got scarred by a devil in a blue dress.
Yeah, I'm a rebel with a big heart that got scarred by a devil in a blue dress. Singing fuck the law, I'm the law. Grab the bull by the horns like a matador. Load mics with rhymes, then cock back, click, click, clack, ba-bang, ba-bang, bang. I'm strange, deranged, insane, and I came to take aim at the rap game. Load mics with rhymes, then cock back, click, click, clack, ba-bang, ba-bang, bang. A lone ranger, no stranger to danger and the dark side of life. Off with his head, I'll sleep when I'm dead, then come back to life once again when the sun sets. Like a cocaine cowboy, ride through the night, all night till the sunrise. Yeah, and don't test my temper, because I'm quick on the trigger. Walk through a wonderful war-torn wilderness. A rhyme warrior, words are my weapon of choice on the battlefield. See competition like cattle, I just have to kill. If I manage to walk through the wormhole backwards and still hit the ground running, don't whinge about it, deal with it. I keep hearing too much talking. I'm a rebel with a big heart that got scarred by a devil in a blue dress. Yeah, I'm a rebel with a big heart that got scarred by a devil in a blue dress. Singing fuck the law, I'm the law. Grab the bull by the horns like a matador. Load mics with rhymes, then cock back, click, click, clack, ba-bang, ba-bang, bang. I'm strange, deranged, insane, and I came to take aim at the rap game. Load mics with rhymes, then cock back, click, click, clack, ba-bang, ba-bang, bang.
I'm a rebel, man, I set the bar, set the level. If you see me on the road, switch to a devil. You didn't really wanna come around trying to echo. Man, lick off your jaw, just like a freckle. You didn't wanna come around, better settle the flow. If you really wanna come, there's a better than most. I got a murk, man, a scene, and I'm bang, bang, target. You didn't really wanna come and bang, bang, boy. Yo, warming, killer bees swarming. Out on the roadside, never been a warning. When you see me come around, yeah, I'm touring. Anyway, man, on the road, yeah, I'm scoring. Listen, flows are spitballs all over the system. When I got the diamonds on my neck, they make listen. I didn't really wanna come around with the people. Man, I said episode, never been
I'm
a
a rebel
sequel.
with a big heart that got scarred by a devil in a blue dress. Yeah, I'm a rebel with a big heart that got scarred by a devil in a blue dress. Singing fuck the law, I'm the law. Grab the bull by the horns like a matador. Load mics with rhymes, then cock back, click, click, clack, ba-bang, ba-bang, bang. I'm strange, deranged, insane, and I came to take aim at the rap game. Load mics with rhymes, then cock back, click, click, clack, ba-bang, ba-bang, bang.
Rebel to the grain, there's no way to barricade.
I'm like beef busting heat through your windows.
The rebel.
The perseverance of a rebel.
Just a rebel, just a world with no place to go.
I set the microphone on fire.
Yeah,
But I'm a rebel. Stress it.
yeah.
Get ready to dance. BKK1 is here. BKK1.
We definitely are. We lost in music. We lost with the bros today in the studio. Thanks for all you guys out there that are loving it today. As you can see, live on camera, we can't keep the kid down. He's on his lollies already. What can we say?
Hey. This lolly was given from me, and it's actually
It's
it's a THC lolly, is it?
THC lolly, yeah.
Well, it is legal now. I must
It
say,
is?
it tastes a lot stronger than THC, but it actually tastes it, which is the scary part.
What's it like? What's it like?
Well, it's not affecting me just yet, so we'll see what it's like in about 20, 30 minutes.
Yeah, you know what it's going to be in about 23 minutes, isn't it? I say, have you seen the men over there? I say, forget the men. You seen the dragons on the table?
Ah, there you go. On that note, shout out to Verbs on Iron Bridge. Obviously, that's Rebel. People know that one as well. Got a lot of history to that song as well. As we was talking about the music before, people don't really know what the style of that song is. It's a bit of ska. A bit
Ska,
upbeat.
I would say.
It's got a bit of reggae in it. It's got a bit of
reggae.
old rap in it. It's what do you say, about 130 BPM?
That's about 130-ish, yeah.
Yeah, so shout out to Verbs on that one as well. And also, yeah, I'd like to give a shout out to my homeboy, Luke the Cannon Bar. He's actually fighting soon in Birmingham on the 2nd of November. Okay,
Cool.
It's going to be a big fight. He's got a great matchup, but, you know, I've got high hopes of Luke. We know what Luke's about. It's, I think it's for the championship belt as well, so it's a good one.
Right. Dreads, just taking you back a little bit, just taking you back to your sort of days in the, your 70s into the early 80s. I mean, what was your...
70s? We don't know about 70s.
You suck on your lolly, really. You just see...
I'm your 80s, baby.
Baby, it's there. blood man. The 70s into the 80s. What was your weekend? You know, like, did you have a weekend like the Friday, Saturday thing, like a lot of people did? They went to certain places, did certain things. Did you have that kind of life?
Yeah, I mean, it would be growing up. it depends on what age you're talking. Because when I was a teenager,
Well, let's go for 15, 16 ish.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would be mostly I'd be in blues. I'd be sneaking out at night and going to blues parties.
Right. Interesting.
Where was Blues again?
In Radford.
Yeah, it was.
Radford.
Yeah, on the-
Radford.
Ice and Green.
Ice and Green.
There was one called
Yeah, man, shout out my
People's
mum.
Bakery.
Yeah,
Right.
And it was on the Ice and Green.
big up
And-
Mama on
I
that.
used to go to the Blue Note, which was on Trent Bridge,
Oh,
wasn't
okay.
it? Trent Bridge.
Maybe.
Yeah, Blue
Yeah,
Notes.
but on there it was underneath. It was a sort of bakery.
Right.
You could go there and you could get like a chicken dumpling.
Oh.
Like a Caribbean,
here we go.
Caribbean
Yum.
calf, and you would get
Right.
a chicken dumpling, and it was like the juiciest sort of dumpling. You know, when the gravy oozes
man.
out.
It's
of it,
really
it's-
funny, you know. He says that because every time I used to stop DJ, when I was in the UK in Loughborough, I used to DJ in Loughborough. And every time I finished at like 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, we used to go to a place called Greasy Joe's.
Oh, okay.
Because it was a place where you could swim your steak and your fries and that.
okay.
But it tasted lovely at that time in the morning, you know.
No, but this was a thing where you could have a chicken dumpling
There
and
we go.
strawberry nourishment.
Boy,
you,
yeah,
you
yo.
were you were set for the day.
Listen,
Ow,
you know,
listen,
ow.
the day was-
The man's killing me.
listen. Strawberry nourishment, chicken dumpling. I mean, I hear them in block like 12 years, yeah? Listen, I only remember that from, you know what, give a shout out to Dangster on that one, man, because he brought a lot of things back for us, man. He brought the home Mr. Kipling's back for me and stuff.
Oh, big up Dom.
Do you know what? Do you
Yeah,
know what?
man.
This guy in Bangkok. You listen to this.
He's
We
gonna-
went to Bangkok. He gives me one Kipling cake, right? One Kipling cake, right? Serious. Gives me a taste. It gives me the flavour. I haven't tasted it in 20 years or whatever it was. Yeah, give me the taste. I really want more. I knock on his door. I go in his room. What's in the bin? The box.
Right there.
Mash the lot.
Wait there.
Mash the lot.
Now listen.
Did you see how many boxes he had of them?
No,
Listen,
here we
listen,
go.
listen,
Here we
listen,
go.
listen,
Now
listen.
he comes
If
out.
everyone knows me, yeah, shout out my cousin on this one, yeah. If you want to go to war over Kipling's, we can go to war.
No problem.
Okay, Mr. Kipling is not somebody to play around with. Okay, he comes around once a year, if that's all right. Okay, and also that box, I actually only brought a couple out that day. Okay, because I left the rest at home.
I've got a picture of him with literally this much boxes.
They all know me. I got a sweet
I'll
tooth.
send it to you. I'll send it to you.
The front
Yeah.
of the man. The front of the man.
And then I didn't hear from him the next day.
You
and
wouldn't do.
I had
He'd
pictures
munch
of
it in
him
the corner.
ODing on Mr. Kipling's.
But guess what? I can redeem myself
Yeah.
because I've also got another batch coming in the next week.
There
or
we
two.
go. There
so
we go.
then
you
I
have your
will
chance
just
to
shit.
make it up.
You won't get
have
any of
your
them
chance.
either.
But I will be honest with you, if people know about Mr. Kipling's, okay, it's something like, I've got a sweet tooth. If there's a dessert eating competition, I'd win.
Right. But
So I do hold my hands up, I'm sorry.
Are you going to bring some in the studio?
I don't know about that one.
Go on, bring some Mr. Kipling's in for us.
See, there's a big difference as well because he's getting Mr. Kipling's brought over.
Yeah.
I because over here you don't get so much Jamaican food.
Right.
So in there's certain seasonings and curry powders and
Right,
everything
right.
that Scotch bonnets and everything that you can't get here.
Right.
So he wants Mr. Kipling's. I want my friends.
Oh, I
to
can see
bring
a bit
me.
of a trade going on here.
Yes,
Then.
well.
But his trade's much better.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is,
Well,
actually.
if you've had one of my chicken curries,
Yeah, I was
or
going to say,
mutton
there we go.
curries,
I mean, if it was Kipling's
Well,
cake
well,
against
well,
the curry,
it just
No
said live.
competition,
It just said live on air, okay. And Mr. Loxy, they got tried the chicken mutton and everything. Yeah, the
He
curry
did
and
say that, he did
so,
say that,
So that
he did say
means
that.
you will also have to taste that as well, and you can tell the listeners as well how Yardie actually is.
Oh, that absolutely 100. I'm pretty acquainted with that kind of food, to be honest.
okay.
Yeah, shout out to
know.
Mr. Peckham as well. It's his birthday tomorrow. I think I might have mentioned it before, but he's actually got a Jamaican restaurant over in Jom TM.
Big it up, Dave. Had some nice curried goat last night.
Yeah, so
Yeah, gotta say big up as well down to Eugene down in Grenada.
Yeah, man, shout out
my
Eugene.
friend from Trinidad who was with me
okay.
for together for 8 years. We were my partner in crime, as they say. Lovely.
And shout out Cryptic as well. Obviously, he won his fight as well from Nottingham. Tim Sobers, my friend, he won his fight as well. And also shout out to my boy Toby Weppers Smith. His fight didn't go the way as expected, but he's still a warrior, still a true pioneer in the sport as well. So give big.
Quick question for you guys.
Big up yourself, Toby.
We've got a few minutes left. Just want to talk about Pattaya in general at the moment in Thailand.
Excuse me.
I just want to talk about Pattaya for a second, if that's okay. I just want to talk about it. I mean, it's how it's changing. Yeah, rats on rats. It's true. We're not messing around here. You know, we do. You know what I'm saying? I can do. In fact, next week I'm doing the gutter mix. Now but I mean, Pattaya in itself, I mean, you're around, you guys. Do you find that the tourists are down, the tourists is down, and the clubs are not so full, or what's happening? Because I'm not out there. You guys are.
Well, if now on that level there, clubs. Okay, I don't go to many clubs unless I'm performing.
Right. Okay.
That's how I get down.
Okay.
Okay, there's this level of authenticity, authority I class myself with.
Okay.
But being around the scene and stuff like that, Pattaya's Pattaya. Okay, they're stuck in their own ways and you can't change it. Okay, you can't disrespect that. Okay, so someone like me putting my foot in the door, putting a glitch in the program is an absolute bonus and a big thing to be doing. Okay, however, the whole club scene will always be the same. So,
do you? Can I stop you here? Do you think that the club scene will always be the same? Because well, it's 4 weeks ago, the casino license was passed.
What's that mean?
That means they're going to start building big casinos in Thailand, and there's going to be venues like all the nightclubs, the places to win money. The whole shebangle is now going to be. It's like Las Vegas-y typey stuff.
Well, do you have a club inside a casino?
Yes.
What people dance in in a club like Naked Tia?
Yes.
In the States.
In the States they do.
And what's the rules and regulations there?
The rules and regulations are this: that they've got to pay 5 billion baht a year for a license. Yeah.
No, for the public.
For the public is that the foreign guys like ourselves can get in, no problem. We can just walk in and play. Any Thai person has to have an ID card for the casino and has to have proof that they've got money in the bank. They can't go in there and start playing for the house, their mother and the cow. You can't do that. They've got to have real money in the bank to play. So we worked it out once that they have to have a lot of people in that night in the casino just to pay for the license alone, which people now think it's too high because it's 5 billion baht to buy a license, 5 billion baht to build a license, and it's 1 billion baht a year to have a license.
Wow.
So it's quite a lot of money, and you know that's going to go. There's going to be a monopoly there. None of the small boys are going to be able to afford that.
Well, it's one of them ones where.
Well, I mean, the gambling itself generates it, doesn't it? And I think that there's a lot of Chinese that come over here.
There we go, because Macau. You go to Macau, you go to the gambling, the casinos there. It's all concentrated, and you go out of it, and there's nobody.
Yeah, so who's walking in there has got money, so to say, keeping everyone under the same roof.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is another thing I don't disagree on. It's all a part of control.
Yeah, but also you've got to look at this way. That is that if they've got the casino places and they've got the venues inside, like they do have the big stages, the seating places where they can put on bigger shows, I think it will attract different people to a certain extent.
No, you're right.
I think the one thing I think they should do in Pattaya, and I've always said this, and it's just something I sort of like in my head, is they should concentrate the adult industry to like 2 designated areas, and that's it. Instead of like spread everywhere.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Well,
do you get what I'm saying? Like Amsterdam and that. It's all it's
they've got the
concentrated.
districts and that.
Yeah.
But like another thing, let's be a realist now, okay? It's like you've got so many different calibers of people, okay? So you've got the people that are big spenders, little spenders, no spenders.
Yep.
Like you say, you've got people that sit outside the club and drink the vodka from 7-Eleven, so to say, before you go in a bar.
Sure.
We call them cheapskates in a way. But guess what? It's all a level of different people, different tiers of people. So if you're putting all the people in this place that's got money, eventually the people who haven't got money are not going to go in there. It's going to cause conflict as well. So all of it's going to be a bit of an issue. And everything what's being led up and what's being said, people are not seeing the other side of it. It's all being put down in front of you. It's like, oh yeah, this is going to be done. It's going to be good for yourself. It's not. It's going to lead to other problems. And yourself as well. Pattaya is also another level where it's not going to adapt to that situation from that change. I mean, you've still got MK, Mike Karaoke, people on the same track what was played 3 years ago in some of the biggest clubs there. And they're still doing, not lyrics, it's like, jump. I mean...
Yeah, it is, but, it's very...
That's kicking in, by the way.
The problem... Is it?
Yeah. I'm going to put it back in his bag, I think.
Oh, there we go. The one thing that, I find with the Thai society who run bars and take care of bars and also who have tourists coming to the bar is they're very scared of change.
Yeah.
If they were playing Jump 10 years ago or whatever and everybody was jumping up and down to it, they still think they can do it now because they still like it, which they do in a certain way, but they sort of also change with the times. And a lot of bars do not do that.
Yeah.
But the more older owners probably are,
the older,
stuck in their
I
ways.
mean, yeah.
But I mean, as time goes on and they pass it down to their children, maybe at that point you might start seeing a change or
I think
adaptability.
it's.
But I don't
you'll
think you
also-
can congest all the bars in Pattaya to two different areas.
Okay, okay.
Well,
I
think it would be
you can
too
class-
much.
Yeah, I think it would be too much. Everybody would be on top of each other, wouldn't there? Anyway?
Literally.
It's a good, it's a good,
Sometimes it's a good thing.
it's a good point what you made out, because the clubs are clubs and bars are bars. I mean, you can go to one bar over here and probably play all your own music on YouTube all night long and have a great night because you're playing your own music. So that people like that kind of stuff.
In
You go-
PNS bar, you can do that.
You can do it in quite a lot of them as well. So it's like they're the bars though. If you go to the club, you're probably gonna have to listen to what they want to play, and then it's probably the old school music. But then again, you've got the guy. I don't know if anyone likes it, but the people that's hosting the night. I mean, if you ask me to host a night, yeah, I tell you to suck a D, because you're supposed to be a lyricist to be a host. Yeah, that means if I had to do that, you want to at least sing one song of your style, because I bet them people have got their own back catalogue of songs, but because they can't say anything because they feel that they've got to follow the rules. I'm hosting. That's where it's never going to change. And I mean, I came here 2014, and he's still doing some of the same songs then.
Well, this is what I'm saying. You
That's
know,
not a joke.
yeah, no, and you're completely right. I mean, the thing is with the bars here, the
Shabadengi, play some Invasion.
the guys with the guys that are in the bars now that have been here for years have their format, and they are very scared of change in case they lose the customers.
Yeah.
That's the problem. How is it? How's that lollipop, by the way?
That's why. Well, obviously, I've hyped up a bit.
I was going to say, Jesus, man.
I will say
Kicks
one.
in.
I will say one thing as well. Yeah, is that's why a lot of people like what I'm doing, respect what I'm doing, and they all say to me, "This is different. This is something where someone's got the balls to do it. They've got the baggage to pack it up, and they've got bangers on mash." So it goes without saying that what I am doing, I should have probably got shut down a long time ago.
You'll never get shut down.
You know why? 'Cause it's
Talent,
bangers on mash.
talent never gets shut down. It just
you.
gets stronger. Remember that. Okay, guys, we have to say goodbye. We have done 1 hour, and we've had loads of messages.
Can I give one more song out
You
to
can
the
do
big
whatever
main
you
man?
want to do, bros. No problem.
Because like I said, I'd like to give a shout out to a couple more people, Jack Murdoch, you know, Hatchet Harry, Uncle Crew, Sarah David, and also a big shout out to Cryptip because he's doing his thing in UK. And obviously I want to play the song on behalf of my boy Locks here, because obviously it's from Nottingham, brother. Chris is from Nottingham, and this song is actually making...
Locks, you want to say hello to anybody quick?
Yeah, well, first of all, I'd like to big up my article brethren, Danny Wee.
Oh, respect, fam.
Everywhere you're there,
Yeah,
you
man,
can
yeah,
catch
man.
this man with vibes,
Yeah,
for
man.
real.
Yeah,
So,
man.
also Dom, over in Jom TM, big up. As I said before, PAS, Dave in Peckham.
Don't forget your brothers all
we're
around the
gonna big
world.
up everybody in the ends, big it up, and just stay blessed.
Yeah, man,
And thank you for having me.
You know what? Certain people will see this show, like, you got Locks on the radio, blood. I'm like, come on.
Locks is going to be a part of this radio. Believe me, he's going to be on there with a voice
Oh,
like
I hope I get invited.
a
back.
voice like that. You're going nowhere. You're going to come on this show and you're going to get your reggae show going, mate. Because
okay.
I love that voice. I listen to him all night.
It's like Locks is a big guy, man. It's
Good.
like you got to show respect to a man like Locks. It's humble, and it's like, yeah, man. It's
You know, the thing I'm going to say this, and I mean this in the very nicest way. When I met him for the first time at the go-karting, we clicked.
Oh yeah,
clicked.
yeah. That's
We
the
clicked.
thing. Yeah, because Locks was supposed to come on about a week ago, but due to the floods and that, he couldn't get out. And yeah, that go-karting was a great day, wasn't it?
I was a brilliant day.
Yeah, it was a
I was
great day.
waiting to see the videos, but I haven't seen.
Yeah,
it.
do you know
I
what?
think-
Well,
I think you said
my
there was a
wife got
tarmac.
3 hours of tarmac, and the sound effect. Play us out, Dread. Come on, let's play us out.
Wait.
Go, wait.
On that
Lollipop,
note, on-
lollipop, my friend, lollipop.
Mic drop.
Mic top.
I want to go on the other go-kart track.
Oh yeah, we got to go on that.
Unregulated.
That's dangerous, man.
Yeah, a lot of people said that.
Have you
Yeah,
been
but
on
he
it?
thinks it's bumper cars though.
Mario Kart.
Did you see him last time? Eh?
He's trying to kill me.
Every time. What a whackhead!
Yeah,
Wow.
do you know what? Shout out to Jaden, you know,
Wacky races.
the young champion in the go-kart in UK scene.
Yeah.
But I did come out with some bruises and bumps.
You did, man. I mean, that one thing when you went around that corner and it lifted you in the air. You had three
But-
wheels off the ground,
But you got to understand, I was going out to have fun that day.
and you did.
I
The
definitely
thing
had
is,
fun.
he was aiming for me when he crashed into there. It wasn't that he crashed into it. He was coming at me, and I
Man.
got out of the way.
Well, I thought I had my, like, you know, all my little tricks in the back, the oil and stuff, but that didn't come out of the car, so I just had to come the other way.
We
Anyway,
blew him, listen, Locks, me and you blew him away,
Yeah.
if you remember in time.
well, listen, even though I tried to kill you on the go-kart track, I'm still in love with all of you.
Lovely,
And
lovely.
that's the name of this song we're going to play now from
Great.
Cryptic, Still in Love.
From all of us down in the studio, it's goodbye and see you next time, guys. Thanks a lot. From me, Dave D, Locks, and Danny Wee. Goodbye,
Shout out to
guys.
everybody who knows me. I look
Big
forward to
up.
seeing you in the future, and stay tuned. Oh yeah, remember Saturday, Wolfgang, 9 p.m. Cautalo Comedy Hall. It's
Next
going
to
to
the
be a
Booze
banger.
Lounge. It's going to be a banger. Make sure you're there. See you guys.
J3 on the beat. Cryptic. You don't know. That's right. Still in love. Cryptic. Sometimes I think twice. Sometimes I think, yeah. Sometimes I think twice. Sometimes I think twice, and I still get it wrong. But that don't really matter, cause my head is strong. And sometimes we don't get along, but I'm still in love with you. I'm also your friend, where you can't get it from. That little attitude, but you're letting on that. No matter what they say and do, you're still gonna love me too. Yes, me not gonna argue. So what are we doing? What happened to the love? Everything we're pursuing. Rumors and gossip, assuming it's toxic. We're refusing to drop it for days. It feels like I'm trapped in a maze. Mine at all. You can see it in my face like I either or. You stress and I stress and the line is drawn. But I'm still in love with you. Sometimes I think twice and I still get it wrong. But that don't really matter, cause my head is strong. And sometimes we don't get along, but I'm still in love with you. I'm also your friend, but you can't get it from that little attitude, but you're letting on that. No matter what they say and do, you're still gonna love me too. I mean, you are gonna blame. So what are you saying? What happened to the love heartstrings you was playing? Future we planned it, we used to be bandits, been used to the madness for years. Now I'm trapped like the bundle, mine squares from the gutter to the top. We climbed up the stairs. No matter what we've been through, I'm still gonna love you too. Sometimes I think twice and I still get it wrong, but that don't really matter, cause my head is strong. And sometimes we don't get along, but I'm still in love with you. I was your friend, but you can't get it from that little attitude, but you're letting on that. No matter what they say and do, you're still gonna love me too. Still in love with you, you don't know. Are the real thing? Sometimes I think twice and I still get it wrong, but that don't really matter, cause my head is strong.
Listen up. That.